What's good, y'all? So today is all about microgreen seeds, where I get our microgreen seeds, how much I pay for our microgreen seeds, why I buy certain microgreen seeds, as well as a little tip at the end when it comes to buying seeds that actually might help save you a little bit of money in the long run. I got to knock out all this stuff here. I gotta actually go load up for market. So while I'm doing that, you guys go ahead, of course, hit the like button, the subscribe button, as well as the notification bell. I'll talk to you guys in a sec. I'm gonna knock this out. All right. Everything's all done. Now it's time to talk about some seeds. Microgreen seeds. I've been kind of finding it a lot easier just to kind of show you guys exactly what it is I'm doing. We'll go in there and I can show you guys some of my staples and it'll be a little bit easier. All right, y'all, straight off the bat, I generally get our seeds from 3 different places. True Leaf Market, which is where I'm going to take us right now, just because it's the biggest one. And I think most of you have ordered from there, or it's your main place to actually order. I also like to order from Ketazawa Seeds. That's another California-based seed company. I also like to order from Mums, which is a Canadian-based seed. Mums, unfortunately, is the one I normally will go with the last out of all of them. They're a great company. Awesome company. In fact, they would be my #1, but because, you know, they're in a different state, I got to deal with all kind of different shipping and all that kind of stuff. And actually, I do order seeds from Johnny's. I just don't order my microgreen seeds from Johnny's. Johnny's has a great selection of seeds. I find, unfortunately, that some of their seeds, it could have changed now. It's been a long time, but a lot of their seeds are a little bit more expensive, but the quality is awesome. I've never seen a cleaner freaking sunflower in my life. That being said, I don't really need them to be that clean. All right, y'all, here we are at True Leaf Market. Like I said, if you're just starting microgreens, more than likely True Leaf is gonna be one of your first stops along your way. So I figure we'll hit here at True Leaf Market. All right, let's get in it. We'll start with sunflower. In fact, we're gonna go to black seed oil microgreens. All right, so as you can see here, you have your organic and you have your conventional. Red Storms, y'all don't, how much are these? How much is a 25 pound bag? $220, dude. Yo, no man, don't do that, dude. And they're all sold out too. Personally, when it comes to certain varieties and doing things specifically for a color, unless a chef is coming to me and was like, "Hey, yo, Justin, I need Red Storm I need Red Storm sunflower microgreens." That's the only time I'm gonna even consider spending that much money on my microgreen seeds. It just doesn't make sense. So to me, just some of that stuff, it just doesn't make sense. It's a sunflower. It's gonna taste like a sunflower with some red. Now, some people will tell you that the red ones, the red stem, offer a little bit more in terms of flavor. Y'all, here's just a white one. Oh my God, no, I'm just playing. I mean, I guess maybe slightly, but dude, to be honest with you, not enough to demand that kind of price, man. Be careful what y'all buy, man. I understand it's business and you need to appear better, quote unquote, than the next person, but don't do it at the extent of your pocketbook, dude. You know what I mean? There's other ways to go about that. And in fact, there's really no better than the next person, dude. You know what I'm saying? What's for you is for you. Simple and plain. You're going to attract the clientele that you're going to attract because you are you. You're your beautiful self. It's simple and plain. That's how it's going to work. If you're in the farmer's market, I definitely would never, ever, ever say, get that. You know what I'm saying? People at the farmer's market don't care about that. They care less. It might attract some people. You might be able to sell some to some people. But I guarantee, even if you do sell these for however much you're going to sell them for, because I'm assuming you're going to sell them more, because it's you already have a premium because you have a red stem here. When your clientele goes to the next market and they're not selling them for that much because they just have a white stem, where you're gonna be finding a lot of these red stems anyway, and they get it cheaper, and rightfully so. I don't know. That stuff like that to me, it just doesn't make sense, man. Don't believe the hype. Don't get caught up in this type of shit. I mean, unless of course somebody is asking you specifically for this, I need all red stem sunflowers, right? And even then, dude, I would try to sell them on the more standard sunflower. Let's go to organic. So that was $220. Let's see how much the organic one is for 25 pound. $176, right? So your organic is, yeah, I would get that way. In fact, these are the ones I typically will go with. But let's look at the conventional too, y'all. Already sold out. $68.53, dude. That is over $100 cheaper for this sunflower than that of the organic, right? I'm not even talking about them red stems. As you guys can see here, it's non-GMO seed, ready in 7 to 10 days. Yeah, man, like conventional versus organic. To be honest with you, man, I couldn't fault anybody for going this direction. The argument has always been, and I don't know exactly where this lies in the microgreen world, but the argument that I've always seen has been, it doesn't really matter what seed you get, as long as, of course, it's not GMO, if it's raised conventional, right? Because of the fact that you're going to be raising it organic. So the end product is going to be organic. Therefore, it doesn't really matter. That might be one to kick around, dude. I don't know. You guys let me know your thoughts on that. I know a lot of you guys have gone and gotten your organic certification on your microgreen operations. Does it matter the seed? Do you have to be using all 100% organic seeds? And if so, why? I would love to know that. I mean, if you're not putting anything on them, I don't know. These are non-GMOs. Like the pesticides and all that stuff, can there be some in there at this stage? That's the one thing that kind of has me a little bit baffled. I might even go to these, dude. Like, that's a hell of a price difference, you know, I don't know. One thing though, definitely, never, ever, let me make sure I say this one more time, ever use birdseed for your microgreens. I don't care if it's sunflower or what, dude, do not use that shit, y'all. Do not use it. They have not been tested, right? You don't know if you're getting GMOs as well. Those are two things. Even the ones that are organic, y'all, they're made for birds. It's not for human consumption. So if anything goes down, not saying that there would, you know, you could be on the hook for that. Two, the germination is just not there. They're not great seeds, man. You know, they're just not great seeds. So, you know, that's why they're for birds, wild birds. Just keep that in mind. There's another place too, y'all, that I will look, and that is Amazon. Yeah, don't sleep on Amazon, y'all. Don't sleep on Amazon. There's a really good chance that Amazon might be able to bail your ass out of trouble. Believe me, it's gotten me out of a jam more than once, especially around that crazy COVID time. Just because a lot of cats were actually buying seeds in bulk from True Leaf and then selling them a little bit in smaller quantities so they can up the price here on Amazon. If you get anything from the Sprout House, they're normally pretty cool. Actually, in the last place I'm gonna go is Kitazawa. All right, so we're gonna go black seed oil. Black seed oil sunflower. All right, so check it out. Oh, whoa. Yo. Hold on, let's make sure. Kitazawa. They got 25 pounds over there. True Leaf ain't got 25-pound conventional sunflower seeds over there. You see that shit? So, but peep game though. $68.53, it's the same price. They keep it at 100 at least. They keep it at 100. They're not boosting the price or anything like that or dropping the price. They're keeping the exact same price. So, I don't know what these two got going on. But it's dope. If they're just helping each other out, I think that's ill. But anyway, It's kind of funny one doesn't have it and this one does. But anyway, 68.53, man. Sunflower. We soak our sunflower here mainly for ease. It's easy because I like to soak them on Tuesday, we'll drain them on Wednesday, and then more than likely I won't seed them out until Friday. We'll let them pop on Thursday, right? Meaning we'll let them sprout on Thursday. Basically what I'm saying is I don't have to put them into my tray in order for them to sprout. They'll sprout in that bucket. And then I can actually seed my tray with sprouted seeds, making the DTM have started back on Thursday, right? So it doesn't throw off my DTM any, and I don't have to be rushed to actually seed sunflower. It goes for pea as well. Those two things work. You could try it with cilantro. I have been somewhat lucky with cilantro. However, I don't like doing it with cilantro. And now we're gonna go into pea microgreens. Now I like the speckled pea. Here's Dun or Dundale. I have used that before, and we'll get into that. Speckled pea. Now these guys are $40.38 for a 25-pound bag. The reason I go for the 25-pound bags, especially when it comes to my pea and my sunflower, is I just go through a lot of them. We normally will soak pea, right about 10 pounds of pea, as well as 10 pounds of sunflower every week. So we use a lot of it. In fact, a lot of times I end up going with the 50-pound bags. Let's check out a couple other varieties. I kind of brought up the Dundale, but it's this one, the P. Alfalfa Tendril. Let's see how much these ones cost. So this is $167.19 for a 25-pound bag. You know, way more expensive. It's pea. Unless, again, you know, you have a chef, which I can kind of see a chef asking for these style pea more than the other style pea. However, I can see that same chef being like, yo, I'll take a speckled pea if that's what you got. There is, you know, all the extra tendrils, which is going to give you a lot more body to salads. It's going to be a little bit more fun. So I can understand that. We're going to compare it to the organic speckled pea. I am not sitting with perfect posture, am I? Sitting horrible. What? Save 48%? What? Save 48% on what? I unfortunately just don't have the holding capacity as a bigger microgreen facility would, so I can't order pallets and just have them drop them off here. That would be the best thing for me. In fact, the best that I could probably do is get 50-pound bags. Try doing that with all of my microgreen seeds. Even that, it gets very cumbersome. It gets kind of hard. We just don't have the holding capacity. In fact, most of the time now, I've actually, because of COVID, and we can get into all that later, I've actually gone back to buying 5-pound seeds a lot of times, but making sure I'm always stocked on that. So I'll buy a couple 5-pound bags just because it's easier for me to hold them. Like a chance that we do go back to the 25-pound bags for everything. A lot of times, you know, if you buy in bulk, just like anything, the same adage, the same rule of everything. A lot of times you do buy in bulk, you're gonna be able to get your seed a lot cheaper. When it comes to sunflower, I was told that even if you were to buy a pallet of them or an obscene amount, because of the amount of companies that want them. Remember, black oil sunflower is not just for microgreen growers. Black oil, they crush those to get the oil. So you're competing also with oil companies, right? That are going to be buying a gang of that freaking seed. I consider pea more of a softer or more of an exorbitant type of a seed, and that's why I like to stick with the speckled pea as opposed to the dun pea, and even the tendrils. This will pertain to those of you that actually do a dry pea seeding as well. So when you put pea inside of the into the soak, right? Unlike sunflower, it's not buoyant. It doesn't rise to the top. In fact, it stays underwater or it sinks. Like sunflower, you have to constantly be submerging it into the water. Sometimes you even will put like another bucket that's filled partially with water or rocks to actually push all those seeds underwater to make sure they're all submerged. Pea, it doesn't do that. But when you come back from pea, even if you put a gang of water inside of the 5-gallon tote, you come back from pea, that water is significantly decreased, if not gone altogether, because the peas have now absorbed all of that moisture. So keep that in mind when it comes to your stacking. during certain times of the year. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to stack pea too high during certain times of the year, just because if it's too hot, it's going to very easily rot that seed out because of all that extra moisture that's inside of that seed. Done pea, however, look at this. I mean, look at the difference. Look at this. Oh, you can't even see it. This versus, versus the speckled seed, versus that speckled seed. Just look over there. That, they're a lot more exorbitant, I find, and they rot out on me way more than the speckled pea. That's why I like rocking with the speckled pea. Broccoli. Microgreens. All right, let's see what they got. Okay, so the Waltham 29. This is the one that I typically go with when it comes to my broccoli. The stems are a lot longer, so it makes it a lot easier to harvest. This is one of the cheaper ones too, you know what I'm saying? You can find other broccoli seeds, like here's a Desecchio 25-pound bag. It's gonna be $427. Only time I'll ever get Desecchio, I can never pronounce that, is when I was gonna be growing out to a full flowerette on my plot. And the only reason is, I think the only real reason they're priced so different, and I haven't read any of their descriptions or anything like that, but I think the only reason they're actually priced differently, the only reason I can give y'all is because of time. Desecchio actually has a relatively pretty fast day to maturity. So I don't know. I think that's probably the only reason why, y'all. You don't need to get involved. Let's go back to a 25-pound bag of Waltham. $216. It's like half price. Let's even go to the 5-pound bags. $57, right? And of course, you got your organic option here too. 5-pound bags, $175. Here's a 25-pound bag though, $393, right? Then of course you can start getting to some of these other mixes. Some of these mixes are dope. They really do help out a lot. The basic salad mixes or making your own mix. I'm not gonna really get into that right now. All right, then I think the last one we'll go to is going to be radish. Radish microgreens. Radish microgreens, I'm going to tell you, be careful. Be careful, be careful. You do what you need to do, of course. Whatever is in your demand, that's what you should be growing. But you also want to make sure that you're not just doing it for silly ass reasons, man. And trying to be mean here. I'm just trying to give y'all the real. You see all of these different varieties of radish, man, right? You have there's just so many. Sparkler, Champion, radish purple microgreen seeds. We're gonna talk about these ones right here. I normally do stick with about 3 different types of radish microgreens throughout the course of the year. We'll get to that now. This is in no order, but my first is Red Arrow. I like Red Arrow. The next one I will use is Triton. I don't have these all at the same time on my table. I only keep one radish selection. For the most part, I only keep one selection of each variety I have. I've done it. I have done it, where you have a couple different varieties of radish. It's just not worth it. And that was me learning too, so it's not worth it, y'all. 25-pound bag, $154. China Rose is the last one I'll go with. And it's $246.62 for the 25. Now this is for organic as well. Keep that in mind. So I kind of got beef a little bit when it comes to radish. Rambo radish, man. So this is like a conventional Rambo radish. $300, $293.45 for a conventional bag of Rambo radish. I'm going to compare that to the Triton radish. $154. Now this is conventional right here. Here's organic China Rose. What did we say that was again? So it's $246, right? Oh, $50 difference, man. For this Rambo radish. Dude, I'm trying not to get upset here, but I told you I got low-key beef when it comes to like the radish one. I think because this was probably one of the first times I caught this very early when I was doing microgreens. Why would you spend this much money, $76, if you're gonna go for a 5-pound bag? Why would you spend that much money simply just for that color? Especially if you're going to especially if you're going to a farmer's market. I've seen this in markets, and I'm looking at y'all like, is that a Rambo radish? Maybe, it could be like a different one. It could be one of these, this Sango purple, but dude, they're expensive just for that color. $746, dude. $741.76 for organic Sango purple. A 5-pound bag is $168. Yeah, dude, oh man, listen, unless, it's the same thing, man, unless you have a chef that is specifically asking you for that, I would not buy that. Yo, that is a radish. Unless that radish tastes like freaking apples and peaches, that shit ain't worth that much just because of that color? Come on, man, like, there's no way in hell. You're gonna sit up here and tell me, it's beautiful, and it might actually, you know what? You probably can sell this. I know people can sell this at the farmer's market. I know you can sell this at the farmer's market. But again, it's just one of those things. Your farmer's market is on Friday, right? Or Saturday. I'm gonna give you a ill-ass day for a farmer's market. I'm gonna give you got the Sunday farmer's market, right? The most busiest farmer's market in your whole area, right? You don't do the Wednesday market. In your Sunday market, you're selling these. I don't know how much you're selling them for, but you got to be selling them for a lot more money, right? You're selling these guys. In your Wednesday's market, the one that you're not in, they're selling these for a lot less money. You know what I'm saying? Now, this customer base on your Sunday market, you don't think they're not going to go to this Wednesday market where your competition might be? You know what I'm saying? And then come back and be like, yo, why don't you have a Triton rose radish? Or basically tell you, actually what they're going to say is, we're not going to get radish this week. Well, and why? Yeah, it's radish. Dude, and it's a beautiful radish. Look at this shit. Triton rose radish is beautiful. Again, if a chef asks me for that Rambo radish or any of those all purple radishes, I'm gonna do my best to sell them on this purple radish or this pink radish because it's very beautiful. I won't say it's just as beautiful, but it ain't that far off of beauty. And 2, the flavor is the same. I remember people, oh shit. I remember people trying to sell the Rambo radish. These are extremely hot. These are extremely superior over all other radishes. And I'm like, dude, it's a radish. It tastes like radish. I'm just saying, you gotta do whatever you gotta do, man. But I would not waste my money on this, especially if y'all starting out, man. Buying stuff like this, to me, buying these types of things, y'all, this is what kills dreams, man. This is what kills businesses. You know what I mean? And you don't even understand why. You're like, your bottom line, everything just starts getting all wonky when all you needed to do is go over to a way less expensive quality microgreen seed. To my little hack. Triton radish, again, is really nice during the colder times of the year. Red arrow though, y'all, dude, during the cold time, woo, that thing is beautiful. China rose, that one to me, it holds up a little bit better during the summer. I like this color a little bit more in the summer. I like the Triton. Triton seems to, it loses a lot of color during the summer. So I'll go with the China rose. Don't get me wrong, I will go over to the Triton if I can't find China rose, but I typically will go for a China rose, if not the red arrow. Even the red arrow at that point, the reason why you're spending a lot of money on it is because it is so vibrant, but during the summer, that color to me isn't really there. If you're in an indoor grow and you can kind of keep keep everything climate controlled, you might be able to get away with it. That might give you, that's a pretty good argument as to why you would keep it like that, or keep that specific variety. because it's always staying consistent in terms of color. You know what, dude? To be 100 with you, I've only had, in the 6 years that I've been doing this now, I've only had 2 chefs ever ask me for a purple radish. Only 2. And both of them, I was able to say, I have Triton radish, or I have this type of radish, and both of them jumped on it like that. Yeah, dog. I mean, these are beautiful. They're stunning, the whole bit, but way overvalued, y'all. I wouldn't mess with those. Your daikon, your typical daikons, hell yeah, a lot cheaper. You know, they're white. They just don't have that pop. I much rather run a red daikon, like in your China Rose and all that, just because it's a little bit more fun. But there's nothing wrong. I did at one point in time have a white daikon and a red daikon. Alrighty, y'all. That's pretty much what I got going for seeds. Those are pretty much my staples, right? We went through all my staples. Sunflower, broccoli, radish, pea. Yeah, my 4 staples, man. Those are my 4 horsemen. Here's my tip. Almost forgot. Opposed to buying this expensive ass seed, this Rambo radish, if all you need is this color, if your chefs are like, I need to have a purple color, peep game, yeah. Come over here to red rock cabbage. See that there? Beautiful purple. The one thing that I will say about red rock, as opposed to red acre, is that they don't grow as long. 25-pound bag, $3.23. So you get a little bit cheaper for a 25-pound bag. 83 is a little bit cheaper, but it's a hell of a lot cheaper than going with the damn radish, that purple radish, especially if you want a purple color in the mix of things, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? I can easily buy a cheaper radish and get the same amount of money. But anyway, guys, those are my tips. That's kind of what I would do. I would just exchange, you know, color for color. That's purple. Get that one. It's a little bit cheaper. And it's going to spread a little bit further as well. So, quick way to save a little bit of cash when it comes to buying your microgreen seeds. Just hopefully, you know, this helps you guys out a little bit, man. But those are just some of my ideas when it comes to buying microgreen seeds. You do what it is that you got to do to make sure that your company is popping. But a lot of times, man, I see people, in my opinion, in the farmer's market, you know, Otis, I don't know, what do he wants to go for a walk. Well, a lot of times in the farmer's market, spending a lot of money on their seeds, asking an exorbitant amount of money for their microgreens, and I'm just kind of looking at them like, I mean, you can still be asking the same amount of money, dude, but you don't have to spend all that much money on your seed. The quality is not going to be different. I can assure you that you know, a lot of these things grow really well. So anyway, I hope this helps, and I'll catch up with y'all soon, man.